Hey guys, I'm sorry. I didn't upload any videos yesterday on the 17th of April 2023. Sorry, I failed. Why? Laziness, lack of drive. But hey, my mind is fresh and I'm ready to go. So let's do it.
Here we go. No!
Here we go.
Sorry. I thought that was a jump scare, not your face. I'm so mean, I'm sorry. I'm just joking. Hey, it's so good to see you.
Hey.
This is all being added to the lore.
The law.
Even if it's off camera, we gotta fund that.
Maybe you should put the mask back on because there's too many good-looking gamers out there.
I'm gonna reconsider.
Yeah, maybe just... Alright, see ya. Bye. I saw him. He's a handsome man. A lot of jewelry.
Really?
Did you see me swimming in his beautiful eyes?
Oh, wait. If you're swimming in his beautiful eyes, maybe we can catch that reflection. Is there a reflection
In
of
my
dream
eyes.
in your eyes?
Oh, there's a reflection of dream in my heart. And I hate to break it to you, Steph, but I may just have lost focus on my family and my friends. I need to realign with my real priorities.
Oh my god.
May have even lost focus on my theories.
Not the theories!
Don't trust every theory you see, my friend. I think all of us remember this iconic moment from FNAF 6. Everyone in the series dying in one final fire. Then we get to security breach and we see this. Afton is back. Well, one popular theory says no. Look at these 3 shots from the ending. You'll notice that the doors that both Scrap Baby and Molten Freddy get locked behind are these diamond-plated steel doors. Doors that match exactly what we see during the final stretch of security breach. However, if we look at Afton's death image, the doors look slightly different, more wooden. This then explains how good old Willie A was able to return his burn trap. He wasn't trapped behind metal doors, they were wood, which then allowed him to escape. Pretty compelling theory, don't you think? But don't add this one to your lore journals just yet. Well, yes, the doors do look different. There's a reason for that. Perspective. If you take a look at the doors and manipulate them to turn inwards like they were rotating on a hinge, add a little bit of a motion blur to reduce the flames a little bit, suddenly you get something that looks just like the ones that we get for Springtrap. Those doors aren't wooden, my friends. Just a change in lighting and perspective that made them look that way. If only Afton's return made that much sense. Anyway, that's why I'm here to say, I know it seems crazy, but Minecraft's Nether once had an ice age. I can prove it to you. Look at the texture of soul soil. Notice the waves and streaks on its surface? Well, that is the same pattern of erosion that we get in real life thanks to glaciers. While glaciers are made of solid ice, they actually flow a lot like a river of water would, just much, much slower. This tears up the land, leaving behind streaks on the surface, just like we see with the soul soil. And that's not all. One of the Nether's most interesting biomes is the Basalt Delta, with its tall gray pillars of stone. Basalt is a real substance on Earth that's made when molten lava comes to the surface and rapidly cools. That fast cooling is how you get these weird hexagonal columns. And basalt in Minecraft actually works the same way. It's made when lava flows over soul soil and comes into contact with blue ice, the coldest ice that the game has to offer. Rapid cooling of lava equals basalt. For these giant pillars to have formed naturally down in the Nether, it means that blue ice must have been down there. The Nether, at some point, had to have been a much colder biome than the one that we know now. So, there you have it. The Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Violet aren't actually Pokemon. These futuristic machine-looking Pokemon are actually exactly that, machines. The Enigmas of Paldea entry for Iron Hand suggests that it was turned into a cyborg to save its life. Iron Jugulus is described as a machine mixed with Hydreigon. And when you get to Iron Valiant, they just drop the hybrid part entirely. Quote, it is in fact a robot. These Pokemon didn't adapt to survive, they were built straight up from scratch using machine parts. But why? Well, the Pokemon franchise is no stranger to stories about wiping out species through war or over-harvesting of resources. So the idea that all Pokemon were wiped out by humans and then recreated in machine form isn't surprising. What is surprising is who exactly built these guys. Iron Treads uses technology that is, quote, not of this world, and Iron Moth is, quote, in fact, a UFO being controlled by alien life. That's right, aliens are confirmed to be a part of Pokemon. They built machines to look like the Pokemon, probably to rebuild the world that humans inevitably destroyed. Aren't humans the worst? That right there is speculation, but you know what isn't? The fact that Kratos spent nearly 1,000 years dimension hopping between God of War 3 and 4. You see, throughout God of War Ragnarok, you can actually find poems written by the Norse god Kvasir. In mythology, Kvasir was a poet that traveled the 9 realms and then wrote about his adventures. And it looks like he's doing the same thing in the Sonyverse. All the poems in Ragnarok refer to other Sony properties, like Ratchet & Clank, The Last of Us, even MLB The Show. Seems like the new 9 realms are just Sony's premium IP. So then, where does Kratos fit into all of this? Well, in God of War, you can actually find the Amulet of Kvasir, which, as you might expect, allows you to shift dimensions. And in Ragnarok, we get this particular boat conversation.
I heard you did battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician.
I would not speak of this.
He's referring, of course, to PlayStation All-Stars, Sony's Smash Brothers clone, which means that Kvasir wasn't the only one who was jumping between worlds. Except, you know, Kratos doesn't really want to talk about it because have you ever played that game? Honestly, I wouldn't either. Anyway, that line shows that not only did he visit other game worlds, but also that Each of Sonic's kicks would leave his legs completely shattered. In Sonic Frontiers, Sonic has a new attack called the Sonic Boom. Sonic creates dozens of shockwaves by rapidly kicking the air. But let's just talk about real Sonic Booms for a sec. Sonic Booms are created when an object travels beyond the speed of sound, about 760 miles per hour or 340 meters a second. But what kind of force is that putting on his spindly little legs? Well, using our trusty equation, force equals mass times acceleration, we can actually figure that out. Sonic weighs in at 35 kilograms, so we only need to calculate the mass of his legs, which are around 7 kilograms each. Sonic's legs are then accelerating from 0 to the speed of sound in a single frame of animation. That's about 1/60th of a second. That gives us an acceleration of 20,385 meters per second squared. Put that into our formula and we can see that the force that Sonic experiences each time he kicks is 142,000 newtons. That is over 35 times the force that you need to snap your femur in half. Some tells me that Sonic's attack is doing a lot more damage to him than to the enemy because
Hey guys, take a look. I just reached 2.2k subscribers to my channel. Thank you all so much for being so supportive and so encouraging to my channel. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I really do mean it. You guys are all the best for subscribing to my channel and supporting my content. You guys, thank you. All of you. And I hope to reach 2.3k, 2.4k, 2.5k, and reach 10k subscribers to my channel, and then I can monetize my channel. So thank you all so much. Hope to see my next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe, and yeah, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and follow, and ring the notification bell. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Thank you.
there are two Marios, and I can prove it. I made a theory years ago about the Mario timeline and how Jumpman from the original Donkey Kong was actually the father of the Mario that we know today. In that theory, I made this throwaway comment about Pauline being modern Mario's mother. Pauline has appeared in Super Mario Odyssey as well as other spin-off titles, causing some doubt as to my initial theory. Either Pauline is looking mighty fine for her age, or she's not actually Mario's mother. So is my theory busted? Heck no. Nintendo has made it clear that this pink pile of pixels is not Pauline. Rather, she's someone new entirely. Another lady named Lady. Lady has been referred to in promotional material as far back as 2015. She was only called Pauline back in the 80s because of a translation error in the American version of Donkey Kong. When Nintendo of Japan released the Game Boy sequel starring Super Mario and a grown-up DK Jr., they canonized Pauline as a separate character. You can actually see this in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as both Pauline and Lady spirits are labeled separately. This means that my initial theory still stands. Lady is Mario's mother, and Pauline is now in Mario Odyssey. Better go watch the whole theory on Mario's timeline, because then you'll know why. It is time to troll YouTube, and I am gonna need your help. I think we're all familiar with the YouTube subscriber awards at this point. The silver, gold, and diamond play buttons that you get for crossing certain subscriber thresholds. There's even the ruby button that you get if you cross 100 million subscribers. Recently, YouTube started handing out a couple of new subscriber awards. T-Series got one for 200 million, but it's the Marvel one that I'm most interested in. Marvel just received this beautiful custom-made trophy for their channel, and they got it for hitting the incredible milestone of 20 million subscribers. Except there's a huge problem with that. You see, there are tons of independent creators who have passed 20 million subscribers and have gotten nothing. Apparently, only the big media companies are the ones that are entitled to receive this sort of special custom award. So I say we change that. It is time to call YouTube's bluff. I'm gonna need all of you to destroy that subscribe button. Help push us past the 20 million subscriber milestone, and then let's see if YouTube is willing to give us regular creators the same respect that they show those mega franchises. If each and every one of you watches this subscribes, we can do it within a week or two. Share this video to spread the word, because I just solved the biggest mystery of FNAF 4. Recently, I released part 2 of our complete FNAF timeline. In it, I mentioned how FNAF 4's final boss, Nightmare, is almost certainly a blank animatronic with a malfunctioning sound illusion disc. That is a big claim to be making that I didn't have time to explain in that video, so now we're gonna do exactly that in under a minute. In the second FNAF novel, they make a big deal about these smooth-bodied animatronics that are able to turn into organic-looking monsters when sound illusion discs get activated. These are the twisted animatronics. So not only is there a parallel with Nightmare also being a smooth, blank animatronic, but now listen to Nightmare's jump scare. Unlike all the other characters with traditional roars in FNAF 4, Nightmare's jump scare is a computerized auditory sequence. It's almost like his sound illusion disc is malfunctioning, which is why we are able to see him as a blank robot. This is also why that final night starts with us fighting against Fredbear, but then ends with Nightmare. It's the same animatronic, but midway through the night, the sound disc starts turning off or outright failing. So really, Nightmare is our first example of the sound illusion discs being used in the game. Do I like it? Heck no! But you have to admit, Why are there these footprints outside the broken window of Cheeto Man's house in FNAF 6? Notice the toes. 3
Five
rounded
Nights at
toes.
Freddy's.
That immediately narrows our field down to Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Golden Freddy. Well, this minigame is called Later That Night, meaning it's happening immediately after William Afton kills Charlie. We know that Charlie's death is Afton's first murder based on Henry's line right here.
A wound first inflicted on me, one that I let bleed out.
All of this is happening before any animatronics become possessed. That means the only animatronic it could be at this point is Golden Freddy with the crying child's soul inside of it. And what phrase gets repeated whenever Golden Freddy's around? It's me. A message to a guilty older brother from a dead child that you're still around. The books also have a repeated motif of animatronics waiting outside of people's houses to bring them somewhere. To the afterlife, to the pizzeria, maybe to a gravesite. That's why Michael breaks out of his room here, to see his dead brother possessing a 3-toed suit, beckoning for him to come along with him to that gravesite again. Recently, I released the second part of our complete FNAF timeline. Click right here to watch it, so you no longer have to ask yourself,